chauffeured around. You know, I just thought it was absolutely gold when they did all that. It was, you know, really get behind something. Not like what we had, but that mediocre MVP thing. Oh, he's the most highest paid athlete. Is he? He's brand new to me. You know, I never believed that for a second when they signed him. And they was like, yeah, he's the cost the most for SmackDown. I was like, what? He's MVP. I was like, who? So yeah, I never believed that for half a second. But Ted DiBiase was excellent in that role for me. And of course, going further along that, look at guys like Jake Roberts. You know, he was who he was. I don't know how you could separate him from the character, quite frankly, because he never done all that shouting and screaming in the interviews. Looked at you dead in the camera. I mean, he used to scare me a bit. And you know, he spoke softly, but like, you listen to what he said. So yeah, there's been lots of cool characters. I think if we're looking at some of the best characters, they probably are from the past, though, Matt. I've got to say, I don't really think the things like Boogeyman and all that have done any real great justice to the whole that side of things, in my opinion. But yeah. Okay, hope that answers that question. Now, a question from Raj now. Emails quite a few times in this email. I know I'm going to sound patriotic here, but I feel Jinder could have been a big attraction to this year's WrestleMania and a big match as the champion. Do you think WWE just lost faith in Jinder? Question mark. So thank you for your question, Raj. And you know what? You're not patriotic. I mean, we do the same for our UK guys, trust me. So I don't think there's anything wrong in that. You know, Jinder Mahal is quite a big deal in India, I've heard, along with Khali. So nothing to be, you know, it's good to be patriotic there. But Jinder Mahal, Matt, I mean, we spoke about him, last probably October we were talking about him, and I kind of thought, well, it'll be Jinder and Cena. It'll be Cena going for, you know, to try and beat Ric Flair's current record. They're both on 16. That'll be a great opportunity to, you know, be about the whole story of John Cena perhaps conquering number 17. And here we are, Matt, and Jinder Mahal. I mean, I said I could see him going back into the USA thing. He's even further down from that now, isn't he? I mean, what has actually happened for Jinder Mahal? I know we have touched on this briefly, but it does seem like a huge drop here, doesn't it? I mean, from where we were with Jinder Mahal, it seems like a complete waste of time.
Yeah, I really can't understand it. You know, they invested so much in Jinder. Just to throw it all away now is a massive, massive waste. It's almost at the point now where, you know, Jinder came back from obscurity and became a top guy in the WWE. It's almost like he could do better now by leaving WWE and just taking that momentum he gained and using it on the independents. Become a top independent guy. He's probably in a better position. I feel like, you know, he should be a big attraction coming to WrestleMania. You know, we had this all planned out between me and you. It was like, he should come on anything.
Yeah, especially in New Orleans.
Yeah. It would have been cool to see him fight someone like John Cena. Because he was coming in there off the back of a lot of wins. You know, he wins over Randy Orton. Not just wins over Randy. He'd beat Nakamura. He'd go in there, main event WrestleMania. Come on. You know, Jinder has definitely proved himself this year. And, you know, I guess a lot of people might not like him, or that might be the case, but that's his job, you know. He's supposed to be a heel. It doesn't matter whether the fans he's proved that he can work at that level.
Yeah, I mean, just talking about characters just a minute ago, I mean, Jinder Mahal, for me, I've got to say, I really enjoyed him. I mean, when he first won it, I've got to be honest, I was thinking, okay, it's either going to be a month deal, or they could do a whole JBL thing where he, you know, you remember JBL come out of obscurity almost, and then people started to believe it because he was winning, or he was retaining the belt by hook or crook, and I kind of started to enjoy. I mean, Jinder's promos were a little bit overdone. The laughing got on my nerves the most. I mean, very sort of, you know, theatre-ish, like, you know, panto almost, you know, like he's behind you and that kind of sort of bad guy laugh that we got on those promos sometimes done my head in. But I do think he was improving every time. And for me, Matt, I mean, I don't know what you thought, but for me, I knew that Jinder was going to be no more the day they cancelled the Brock Lesnar Jinder Mahal match at Survivor Series. I thought, that's it. Why would they do that? I mean, Jinder Mahal was about to go one-on-one with Brock Lesnar. And again, no disrespect to AJ Styles, because that turned out to be a fantastic match. But at that time, you know, giving all that time, all that stock into Jinder Mahal, you just thought to yourself, okay, that could be the one match that gets Jinder, you know, a little bit. I'm not saying he had to win it, but by facing Brock Lesnar would have been a kind of these first sort of big, real test. And it would have been the same outcome as what happened to AJ, don't get me wrong, but they could have done it even where, you know, he cheats or something, and, you know, you don't have to kind of have the clean finish. And I thought, this is their guy. They're going to go with this. They're going to do a JBL. He's going to have the title. And I said back then, I said, if they don't have him going into WrestleMania, he'll be forgotten. Nobody will even remember his title run by WrestleMania. And I know it's stupid, but this is how quick WWE moves now. And it's a bit like Kevin Owens last year, Matt. Like, when he lost to Goldberg, people don't even remember the Kevin Owens run as the Universal Champion now. It's just sort of like a forgotten thing. Because you're not at WrestleMania. I do really believe those people that make it to WrestleMania, that is where everybody remembers everything. And I feel like Jinder Mahal, unfortunately, I mean, I don't know why. I mean, I'm guessing as well that the stuff that happened in India, they thought they were going to, you know, be able to sell out everywhere, and that was going to go well. I know they could only get one venue in the end. I think they underestimated that market big time. There was potential there. But then you look at that result that happened, Matt. Triple H winning. I mean, what the hell? That didn't help things. I mean, that in no way helped. And then that whole dancing business at the end. What the heck was going on? It was just a kind of a bit of a joke by the end of it. And I thought, what a waste of opportunity there. A guy who was getting some real credible heat, by the way, which is tough to do in this day and age. To get some real heat is tough. And I felt fans were just starting to sort of get that way with him. So for me, Raj, I've got to be honest with you, I'm clueless why WWE has done that. I haven't really got an answer, because I think, of course, I'm loving AJ Styles versus Nakamura, don't get me wrong, but if I was WWE, I would have ran with Jinder, just because this is an up-and-coming guy who's just come back, he looks hungry, and you can make another star here. You know, you can definitely make another star. For me, I'm obviously a big Nakamura fan. Of course, I want to see him in the main event, don't get me wrong. But they could have done that match without a title, maybe, or they could have ran a different program and waited Nakamura out a little bit longer. But obviously, we've got what we've got, Matt. I mean, Jinder Mahal going forward, Matt, do you see him ever getting back to that level again, or is that it now?
Yeah, I would like to hope that he will get back to that level. You know, we're going to come up to WrestleMania now. It's going to be Nakamura versus AJ. You know, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say Nakamura's going to win. So I wouldn't mind seeing a rematch between Nakamura and Jinder at some point, because we all know Jinder got the first win anyway. So it would make for an interesting match, just so they could go back to that. You know, Nakamura could correct that win loss probably. But I wouldn't mind seeing Jinder hold the title again. I think he did well with it. I think, you know, it was a long title run, but also I felt a little bit too short for him. I thought he was doing such a good job with it, and the fact that he was winning like the JBL way, just maintain that title with whatever means necessary, is the typical heel kind of one. And we haven't seen that for a while now. We're getting a lot of this real competition now. Even when it comes to Brock, you know, he doesn't show up that often, but when he does, you know that he isn't going to cheat. He's just there for real competition. Yeah. That's definitely what we're going to get at WrestleMania with AJ and Nakamura. But I feel like, you know, it's good to have one of your champions that way, you know, a bit of a dastardly bag. Yeah.
Yeah, and then, you know, I thought the whole package they'd done with him, the entrance, the entourage with him, I mean, I thought it was all perfect. I thought there's no stopping this. This is going all the way. But I was amazed, I've got to say. I was thinking to myself, this is in New Orleans, they love all that kind of carnival stuff. I could see Jinder Mahal making the most of this on his entrance, especially after some of the crazy entrances we got last year, Matt. I just thought I could see WWE going absolutely nuts on this one. But yeah, they've dropped the ball. Totally dropped it for me, and not in a good way. It's not even like you can say he's lost the belt and they've still got something for him, because he's really been phased out. I mean, they'd have to come up with something pretty decent now for you to get him back in the mix of things. But yeah, hopefully, you know, post WrestleMania that'll be happening now. Speaking of WrestleMania, folks, it gives me an opportunity to tell you guys what is going to be coming up WrestleMania week. We are literally having WrestleMania week as per usual on the WrestleLine That week, Monday and Tuesday, yes, we are kitting WrestleMania 19. Join us as we go back in time to 2003 and do that retrospective of course, WrestleMania 19. So that's going to be over Monday and Tuesday, followed by Wednesday and Thursday. We go back to, yes, the year Matt was born, 1987. Arguably the biggest, greatest WrestleMania of all times to a lot of people. The golden age, considered to a lot of people. WrestleMania 3. And both those we'll be doing a retrospective. We'll be watching it. You can join us along with the WWE Network. They're going to take place on Wednesday and Thursday, followed by our huge WrestleMania weekend preview show, which will cover the Hall of Fame. We're going to be talking NXT TakeOver. We're going to be talking WWE WrestleMania, of course, and all the other shows that are going to be happening that weekend, because there's a lot of stuff going on. So that's going to be like a granddaddy of them all podcast right there that Friday, that's for sure. And then, of course, Saturday night, first time ever for our podcast. I'm really looking forward to it because we got a lot of great feedback for this. I'm really happy that a lot of people are interested. They're all setting their times, Matt, wherever they live from around the globe to get in touch with us. Going to make it as interactive as possible. Yes, as it happens, we will be live whilst NXT TakeOver takes place. We'll not only be talking about the show that night and what's going on in the ring, but we'll also be talking about the fallout from the Hall of Fame, all the latest news and rumours going around for WrestleMania weekend, plus giving you guys some mentions. And, of course, if you've got anything you want to write in and tell us about, any predictions for the next night, you'll be able to do that as well. And then Monday, we get, of course, to the WrestleMania review show, which, of course, traditionally, Matt, this may be our fourth one. I'd say me and you have done now. I'm not sure. Third or fourth, I'm sure. But there's always something there, Matt. We're either quite happy or sad. The only sort of common thing, I think, is we're exhausted by that point. We're sort of like wrestled out by then, really. And we still got then, of course, Monday Night Raw to come, which is always something crazy happens. But invite everybody to check that out. The full listings are going to be on our Facebook page, and of course I'll send out the notifications for when they're all going to be coming on. But yeah, it's going to be a busy week. Matt, are you in the WrestleMania spirit yet, or is that going to take a bit longer for you? Like, I think as I've got older, I've kind of decided, like, I'm only really getting the buzz now on the actual week. Never used to be like that. I used to be looking forward to it, especially from about now, the beginning of March.
Well, I think it's like we said before. Now we're getting these pay-per-views in between.
Yeah, it's too much.
Rather consequential. I mean, I know we've got this Impact Challenge match, but do we really think that AJ's not walking into the
That was shocking, wasn't
I don't know. I'd put my money on AJ, but I feel like these, no matter how hard they try, putting 5 other contenders in that match, not really changes. Yeah,
no, I'm with you on that one. So it's going to be a busy week, but we look forward to it as always on our podcast. Let's go back to the questions now then, shall we? And we've got Leah, who another regular listener that often writes in. She's got, what's with the WWE doing such a big arena in Oz? Could WWE fill it? So yeah, Matt, you mentioned this to me actually when we met up on the weekend recently. And of course this is something that WWE are looking into. Now, is this official, Matt, or is this just speculation at the moment? I couldn't find anything if it's confirmed, but I know this is something WWE are looking to do and fill out. What was it? Almost 100,000 they thought?
Yeah, that's what we was talking about, wasn't it? I mean, I think the wheels are in motion and they're putting things in place for this, but I'm just thinking, it's not even confirmed like what the event will be or anything like that.
I saw a title go up called Typical WWE. What title can we do it? Remember last time they went over and done that tour? Same sort of thing. Call it Global Warning. Here we are. Something original in that one, isn't it? But fascinating, Matt, that they would choose Australia to do that, because it's, no disrespect to Australia, but it's not somewhere where they've really cornered the market for years and years, is it? I mean, you think about it, they obviously come to the UK a lot more often than Australia, but, to fill out 100,000, I mean, like Leah said, could they fill it? You'd always think, WWE can fill up anywhere. But like I said earlier to Raj's question, they didn't do very well in India whatsoever. Now, I know that culturally that's very different, and the language barrier is better, but I don't think there's still a guarantee unless